Hello, happy autumn. This is Carrie with Cookbook Divas. It is Meal Plan Monday here at Cookbook Divas. I am broadcasting to Cookbook Divas on Facebook and on YouTube and over on my Amazon Live shopping channel. You can see the address down below. If you want to come chat with us, you're welcome to do that in the comments on Facebook and on YouTube. But I'm much more likely to see them over on my Amazon Live streaming app. Happy Meal Plan Monday. And how's your Monday going? Mine's going pretty good, actually. I love working for myself because this morning I let myself sleep in a little bit and cuddled up in bed with the dog and some hot tea and read a book for about 20 minutes. And then I was eager to get started working and read the news, catch up on emails, etc., get caffeinated. I dyed my hair. I can't say I'm that excited about what happened. It's not supposed to be orangish. It's supposed to be dark brown. Anyway, today we're going to chat about dinner cookbooks and look through and make some meal plans for the week, get some options. I'm going to figure out what I'm cooking tonight. Actually, I know what I'm cooking tonight. I'm going to do a practice run on stuffing. Hello, thanks for joining us over on Amazon Live. Let me start off by saying, because people ask, I am using a Logitech Brio 4K webcam. Of course, I'm not streaming in 4K because Amazon compresses everything down to 720p. That's okay. I had to upgrade my desktop a little bit and my laptop in order to stream in 4K, which I do to YouTube. I'm using a Blue Yeti Logitech for Creators podcast microphone. It's right here. It technically should be right here in front of my face, but I don't want it blocking the view of all the gloriousness. The bookshelf. Hello, Tanya. Glad you could join me. The bookshelf behind me is by Hey Ocean. It's a bookshelf ladder. I have it leaned up against the backdrop. I kind of wish I had bought a different one that has bars in the back to keep the merchandise from falling backwards into the curtain, but that's okay. I'm still pretty happy with it. It's $60. It took my boyfriend about 8 minutes to put together for me. And last but not least, my backdrop is a fabric cloth washable hanging backdrop with a little bar at the top so you can just slide my photography back stand into it. And I have a few clips holding it up, but I don't have to have too many. It is by Kate, and it's a little bit, is it wrinkled right there? Actually, no, yeah, it's a little bit wrinkled. So I technically could steam out the wrinkles with my hand steamer if I wanted to, but I switch backdrops out so often, as you might notice if you look at my live streams here on Amazon. So I don't care about de-wrinkling it. I am drinking Harney & Sons decaffeinated Earl Grey tea. I prefer caffeine, but I've been keeping an eye on my blood pressure, and it's getting a little high for me, so I had to cut down on the alcohol and start drinking decaf afternoon. And it's 1:30 here on the West Coast. So this is my Earl Grey from Harney & Sons, and this big box of 50 tea bags is not even going to last me a month because I drink a lot of tea, especially on a snowy day, which it is here. It's one of those days where it's snowy and sunny at the same time, and you're like, what? How? Okay, no problem. So I'm drinking it out of the most adorable campfire mug from a company called Sweetwater Decor. It just makes me feel happy for autumn, but you cannot microwave this because it's metal. But it keeps my tea really, really hot because it's meant to be used outside by the campfire or bonfire. So it keeps my tea hot, and then I do have to hand wash it so that this design doesn't come off. We're going to look through about 8 cookbooks today and plan our menus for the week. Flexibly. I'm not going to be there to spy on you and see if you really followed the plan. And I actually have an easy time of meal plan because I'm up here at my other house alone and my boyfriend's back in Seattle, so I don't have to cook for both of us. I love cooking, but not when someone is standing in the kitchen staring at you going, what's for dinner? Oh, really? So I try to plan ahead, but I only have to plan for me this week so I can serve all the foods I like. Yay! And I'm vegetarian and I cook meat for my boyfriend, but he's not here, so I don't have to cook meat this week, but you can. And we'll talk about that. We're going to look through some amazing cookbooks and get some ideas for dinner, and then you can go Google the recipes, because if you don't own the cookbook, just go look it up. It's fine. I'm excited to get started. Let me show you what's on top of my cookbook stack before we look through the first cookbook. It is a Paper Love pop-up fall foliage autumn greeting card. I love the coppery outside of it. And this is super cute. But then, whew, it's a little autumn village. Cute. And this is actually kind of what the town I live in looked like 3 days ago before it started snowing. There's room for your, there's room for your message right here. And then it folds back down. Let's take one more look at it before I put it away. Those of you that are watching on YouTube, this is a live stream shopping show on Amazon, but I don't do any hard sells. I'm just going to show you through some cookbooks that we want to take a tour of. And that's up to you. It's supposed to be entertaining. We don't do sales pitches here. Okay. I moved here a couple of weeks ago. I brought all of my hundreds and hundreds of cookbooks with me to this house. And one of the first ones I unboxed and made sure I knew where to find it was Dinner in French by Melissa Clark. When I first got this cookbook, what, a year ago? When did this come out? I got it new. I paid for it because I wasn't a big enough cookbook blogger influencer to get it for free. Clarkson Potter acts like we don't exist. And we look through so many of their cookbooks and say nice things, and they won't send them to us. 2020. Yeah, this came out, and I explored it and was like, OMG, I love this cookbook. And no small part of that is she's really good at making easy tart recipes, and I love making tarts and serving them at cocktail parties, etc. So her chapters are eggs, cheese, salads, soups, quiches, fish, and shellfish. And she keeps going. Chicken and other meats, vegetables, and after dinner. This is a huge cookbook considering it's not actually all that huge. It's got a lot of recipes. Here's the introduction. So do you guys do the cooking in your house? Do you take turns? It's okay if you admit, do you mostly go to restaurants? I would think our New York City friend, if you could afford to, and if you weren't recovering from a procedure, do you go to restaurants a lot? Do you go to the deli? How much cooking are we doing or not doing? And one of the things I'm really enjoying about being up here by myself for a couple of weeks, not that I don't love and miss my boyfriend, I don't have to cook these gigantic meals to impress the other person or to share it with them. I've been having smaller breakfasts. I've been having an easy just soup and salad lunch or soup and sandwich lunch. My dinner can be smaller because we're not trying to be like, oh, I care about the other person. I'm going to make this fantastic dinner. Especially because I'm working so much up here because it's the Christmas season and a lot of live streaming's going on. I'm sure you're seeing all the other live streamers on more often. So I don't have to make these big elaborate meal plans, except for when I start thinking about Thanksgiving, and we're going to talk about that later today. So here's the eggs chapter. French baked eggs with smoked salmon and tarragon cream. I'm really sad because I had to leave behind all my spice plants that I keep outside my kitchen door, and tarragon was one of them, and it did not make it through the frost a couple nights ago. Here's oofs aioli. I said that wrong, but anyway, it's eggs in a delicious sauce. Homemade mayonnaise. I'm not that adventurous. I'm going to buy it. Okay, how good does this look? Deviled eggs with creme fraiche and roquefort. And Tanya, if you're still here, I got to ask you a question, if you don't mind. A tahini omelet. I'm not sure I'm that much of a fan of tahini to do that. And are you guys breakfast for dinner people? I am. I'd love to have an omelet tonight, but I have other plans. So in my house, we do Sunday is leftovers day. We eat all the leftovers from the weekend in restaurants. You're here. So Tanya, I had someone leave kind of a rude comment on YouTube. And if it was nicely said, constructive criticism, I wouldn't mind. And I would think about it like, oh, okay. But they were so rude about it. Like, you're annoying. They don't like the way that I am holding a cookbook and I look at it and then I turn it so you guys can see it. And wow. And then I turn it back. She thought the flipping was annoying. Well, I'm sorry. These are really heavy. And I'm actually getting injured on my shoulder from holding up heavy books. And she said I flipped through too fast. Well, I might slow down on the flipping so you can see the picture longer, but we don't want to piss off the publishers and sit there and be like, here's a free recipe, screenshot it, and then you don't have to buy the book. You know what I mean? If that was constructive criticism, I'll take it in heart, but I think it was a grouchy person. I don't know if you saw that comment. And I know as a YouTuber, I'm not supposed to pay attention to bitchy comments because they're going to happen. I should just delete it and move on. But I decided to kind of not argue with the person, but educate them. I'm like, oh, hey, this is why we flip through cookbooks really fast, because we can't, this is copyrighted. And the person just started arguing. I don't know. Wonder what you thought. I'm not trying to get you involved in a fight. I'm just like, I do think sometimes I flip through too fast, so I will try to hold it a little slower when we talk about the food. People have asked why we don't do a top-down camera and have the camera point at the book and just flip through it on the table like that other cookbook reviewer does. Well, if we do that, I feel like it's even more of a copyright violation, and it's not personal. You can't see our reaction when we're looking at it. We can't look into your eyes and talk to you if we just shoot the camera down and turn the page. Other people do that, and that's fine. The other problem with that is on Amazon, there's been some rude influencers who will copy parts of our video if our faces and hands aren't in them. And they'll just put the video back on Amazon and steal all of the time. And like, I had to pay for this cookbook. If I'm trying to make affiliate revenue from this by taking pictures of it, I paid for this. The other person's just like, oh, just cut out part of the video. So that's just a long-winded why we don't do top-down videos. I love shakshuka. It's a Middle Eastern breakfast spicy tomato sauce with a bunch of gooey eggs, and then you dip tortillas or bread into it so that your tongue can get a little break. And it has cheese. Is it goat cheese, I'm assuming? Ooh, it has bell peppers. Yeah, it is goat cheese. Yes, so I would not personally put bell peppers in there. I have to make my own shakshuka because I'm such a wimp, and most of them are too spicy for me. Oh, cornmeal and harissa souffle. Now that almost looks like it's burned, but this is a professional cook. I'm sure she didn't burn it. Okay. So in my house, we do leftover Sundays, and then Mondays we make like soup and salad or chili or something like that. And then Tuesday is Taco Tuesday or Mexican food, burritos, enchiladas, whatever. Or halal. Hi, Johnny Kong. How are you doing? We're looking through a dinner cookbook. Are you making dinner tonight, or is somebody making it for you, or are you just scarfing stuff out of the fridge and microwave? I don't know. Thursday's pasta night, Friday's pizza night, Saturday we go out with friends. So Wednesday nights we have a little room for experimenting, but we do a lot of salads for dinner. Woo, truffled mac and cheese. Now, on one of my live streams yesterday, I mentioned that I was horribly offended because I got a little cup about this big of Panera macaroni and cheese from Safeway, because I knew I was going to be live streaming a lot, and I thought I could just heat it up and have a quick little meal in between live streams. And then I looked at the ingredients. It's 96% of your sodium for the whole day in that one little cup of mac and cheese. So I'm not going to eat that. I might make macaroni and cheese myself and then stir that into it to kind of redistribute the sodium, and I'll make my mac and cheese with no salt to make up for it. But I was kind of like, oh my God, what if I hadn't read that? I'm trying to get my blood pressure down a little bit. That would not have 96% of your sodium in one. I almost think that should be illegal to make it that way. Okay, here's a jalapeno fromage fort, but I don't know what a fort is, and there's no picture. Gruyere latkes. The season of latkes is here. Here's a savory Gruyere bread with ham. I'm not sure that would be a meal. This is an entire chapter on cheesy dishes. Okay, how good does this? Whoa, I'm shocked. Wait, there's an ingredient I didn't. Too much salt is unhealthy, yes. But it's also unhealthy not to have enough. And my boyfriend's mother has been cutting down on her salt so much that she actually got sick the other direction and had to go to the hospital. And they're like, you have to eat more salty foods. Go get some French fries. She's like, no, they're not healthy. They're like, you have to have some potato chips. This is phyllo wrapped brie, which you then bake, and it has hot honey, but then it has anchovies? What? Wow. I guess only the French would do that, huh? And guys, what is hot honey? I've only seen this term recently, which shocks me because I'm a cookbook blogger. What? I thought I read enough, but apparently I need to read more food magazines. I have an ice cream right now that's called hot honey, and I have a honey that's called hot honey, and I'm like, what? Does it have peppers in it? Is it supposed to be spicy? I don't know what that is. Okay. Lillet fondue. I only make fondue about twice every winter season because it is, I'm sorry to use the word, but it's fattening. I should say it's high in calories. And it's basically a big cheese gut bomb, and we both have to take Prilosec after we eat it. But look at this beautiful fondue. And if you've been outside in the cold or rain or snow all day and you come in and you just get to dip bread and veggies into oil and cheese, oh, it's heaven. Speak meal. How is Randall? Been missing 3 or 4 days? Oh, you're right. I didn't notice. Because I get so used to seeing Randall every night that, yeah, you're right. I was looking last night because I think I'm on about the same time of night as you are, watching the same people because I see it in the chat. And it's been kind of nasty the last couple nights. Like, you're not part of it, but there's been some rude commenters. I hope that Amazon gets on top of that. Like, wow, you're East Coast. Well, you're a night owl because I was watching something at like 10 o'clock my time, 1 a.m. your time, and I think you were there. I'm a night owl too. And I do not like getting up early in the morning. Here's a burrata with brown butter, lemon, and cherries. Delicious, but that's not really a dinner plan. Okay, salad chapter, just giving you a preview of the cookbook. Dandelion salad. Oh, this is a beautiful autumn salad. Roasted beet, caraway, and creme fraiche salad with arugula. But I might sneak a couple orange slices onto there too, just for the heck of it. A spinach and grape salad with Roquefort dressing. Okay, do we have any hearty salads? Well, this is a French cookbook. So that is why there is and I can never remember how to say a salade niçoise or niçois. French is kind of hard to remember which letters are pronounced at the end of which words and which aren't. Katie says, yum, this cookbook looks so good. Yes, hello, Katie. Thank you for joining us. We were just noticing that Randall hasn't been streaming for the last couple days, and we're worried about him. We hope he's okay. Does anybody know how to check on him? I mean, it's not much we can do, but send him a message of hope you're okay, not sick. Here is a soup chapter. I definitely want to make soup this week. And I'm someone who can eat the same leftovers every night for days, and I'm fine. My boyfriend can't. Oh, this is interesting. A delicate pea and lettuce soup with ricotta and tarragon. Johnny says, at random late night, Pathetic has been wild on stream. Yes, there's been some really bizarre commenters. I hope we're not getting like overrun by people from Reddit or something. I really hope Amazon gets on top of this because we have a great community here with friendly people. Here's a gazpacho recipe by way of Provence. And I'd like to look at the ingredients to see how they make this Provençal style. Ripe tomatoes. 2 cups of seeded watermelon. Seeded? You want the seeds in there? Okay. I admit, I feel like the watermelon with seeds is more flavorful than the kind they've engineered to not have seeds. Do you agree? I bet you do. Jalapeno, shallot, garlic clove, fresh basil leaves, sea salt, champagne vinegar or sherry vinegar, chopped fresh mint leaves, extra virgin olive oil, and some brioche rolls, and then herbs de Provence. Okay, and serve it cold. Not this time of year, sorry. There's a French onion soup recipe with grilled Gruyere sandwiches, very French, of course. Chilled melon soup with spiced yogurt. Pretty, but I would serve that in summer. So I'm going to start cherry picking winter and autumn recipes from this cookbook. Oh, here we go. Here's the tart from the cover. Oh, asparagus, goat cheese, and tarragon tart. I would probably serve this as an appetizer at a cocktail party rather than my entire dinner. And I have to note, this pairs very nicely with champagne or sparkling wine. Yum. Anything with bubbles. This is gorgeous. An herbed tomato and Gruyere pie. Yum. However, I can't really get good tomatoes this time of year up here in the middle of nowhere in Washington State where there's snow on the ground. Tomatoes are kind of disappointing. Here's something you could serve around Thanksgiving, maybe not on Thanksgiving. It's a sweet potato and bacon quiche with parsley. That's nice because sometimes just cheese quiche, or I get sick of broccoli cheese or mushroom quiche. I mean, it's delicious, but everyone does a mushroom quiche. This, I have not seen a sweet potato and bacon quiche before. I know some people make turkey quiche with Thanksgiving leftovers too. Here's another beautiful tart. Ooh. What do I see on top? Is that, that can't be bacon. What is that? Let's take a look. It is tomato olives and anchovies. Oh, okay. I'm going to move ahead to the fish and shellfish chapter, and this will be interesting because French people love to make fish. Here you go, giant prawns with preserved lemons, herbs, and brandy. Preserved lemons are very, very sour and tart. Woo! So that's interesting. Here's a buttery crab pasta with golden tomatoes and chervil. So how many nights a week, not to be nosy, do you guys have pasta? Now, Katie's gluten-free, but she can still have pasta multiple times a week, possibly. See what I did there? I could eat pasta every day if I thought I could get away with it physically, but I'm at least going to have it twice this week. You're not a prawns fan. Me either, Tanya. Swordfish brochettes with basil and harissa. Where do you get swordfish? I'm like a fish market, if you have one. Do you buy it frozen? I'm not sure how that works. Brown butter scallops with parsley and lemon. Well, Johnny, I just kind of stream on Amazon when I can get around to it. Like if I'm having a good hair day, which if I may say so, I'm having a good hair day today. Depends on what's happening. It's in my house and in my life. I would prefer to stream every day, once or twice. That's not realistic, I'm coming to find out. And I'm finding that once it gets dark, which it's getting dark early, like at 4:30, if I've already live streamed at least once that day, it gets dark, I'm done. I'm like, no, can't. I'm tired and I want pajamas and the TV and read a book. I just can't do it. But if I haven't streamed all day long, then I'm like, yeah, I can get up the energy. I want to, like tonight, I would love to switch out my backdrop to a Christmas one and get out my very few copies of The Night Before Christmas and read the uncopyrighted original version of The Night Before Christmas. But reading that would only take like 10 minutes, and Amazon wants us to stream for an hour. So I don't know. All days look like you tech via. Yeah, that guy works hard. He's on every single day, almost all day long. Wow, take a break, David. That's amazing. Here's cod with aioli and heirloom tomatoes. Spaghetti with anchovies, tomatoes, and basil. Provençal tuna with sweet onions, peppers, and capers. Clarified butter. Here's the chicken chapter. Get ready. I bet your mouths are going to be drooling. I don't want to look at chicken salad. How about ratatouille sheet pan chicken? I wish that picture was bigger, though. Chicken tagine with blood orange, if you wanted a little Moroccan-style dinner. Here's a poule au pot pie. Chicken pot pie. This would be my boyfriend's #1 request if I was going to make him a nice, hearty, big dinner and then have leftovers. I would make him this. And now I have a recipe to do it with. We're not going to talk about crispy duck legs with satsumas. Okay, marrow bones with horseradish sauce. Woo! That meat is too hard for me to cook. I'm a vegetarian. That would be too hard for me to do. This is something my boyfriend could make: seared steaks with basil béarnaise. And I would just sear some tofu for myself, and I would make the basil béarnaise part of the recipe, and he could do the steaks, and then we would have a salad. Ooh, this is pretty. What is this? It's beef daube or dabe. I don't know how you say that word, with carrots and honey vinegar. That is a pretty picture. Roasted pork loin with rosemary. Now, those of you that eat meat, is pork loin, that's not a weeknight dish, right? That's something special on weekends or holidays because it looks awful fancy and hearty, and I don't know. Let me know what you think of that. Rack of lamb. Here's a lamb shank cassoulet. And keep in mind that cassoulet takes over a day to make and has resting time and the flavors have to meld. It's a lot of work, but then you have this excellent dish that you have leftovers for a little bit. All right. These French people love asparagus. There's asparagus almondine. There it is. Radishes. Roasted tomatoes with lemon anchovy crumbs. They really like anchovies in France, apparently. I guess it's been a while since I looked through this cookbook. Okay, here's something I have all of the ingredients for except raisins. Roasted cauliflower with brown butter, raisins, and capers. That sounds so good. I don't keep raisins in the house because grapes and raisins are deadly to dogs, and my dogs get into everything. So I can't have grapes or raisins in the house. Oh, this is beautiful. A Moroccan eggplant salad. Yum. Should we move on to the next cookbook, or should I keep going and look for roasted carrots and fennel with pomegranate vinaigrette? I'm thinking Thanksgiving side dish. How about you? That would work. Now, a hint about Thanksgiving. I'm having a Friendsgiving personally, and we've already figured out what we're going to make. But when I'm going to introduce a new dish that I haven't served before on Thanksgiving, I practice it 2 times in the weeks leading up to it and make sure I perfected it. That way, if it tastes horrible, I'm the only person that has to suffer, not my friends. So I would probably have to try this a couple times. And I did see pomegranates at Safeway. Am I going to stream on Turkey Day? No, I'm going to do lots of Thanksgiving themed streams before now and then, but on Turkey Day, I'll be spending it with friends, and I will not be sitting in front of a computer unless I pop on to wish a happy Thanksgiving to whoever live streamers are on. And I bet a lot of the Chinese live streamers will be on because they're not celebrating Thanksgiving. They'll just be working. Here's the after dinner chapter. French yogurt cake with cherries and cardamom. Yum. That doesn't make any sense. Cocoa hazelnut financiers. Let me find one more amazing picture to show you. A gâteau breton with plums and cardamom. I love how often French people serve just fruit as dessert. That is Dinner in French by Melissa Clark. I'm going to take a second. So speaking of practicing your Thanksgiving foods before Thanksgiving, it's been about a year since I made stuffing. So I'm going to practice and make stuffing and mashed potatoes tonight for my dinner. Probably I'll saute some mushrooms too. So there's not a lot of protein in there, but I think I'm okay with it because there'll be enough dairy, and I'll have some protein at lunch instead. Potatoes can help with your potassium levels, which help with high blood pressure. So I'm going to eat some potatoes, but I want to practice on myself. And I have a question for you guys. I'm going to put a little bit of cranberry sauce next to my stuffing and mashed potatoes on the plate. Would you open the jellied cranberry sauce can, the kind that puts the lines on the cranberry? Or would you open the whole berry cranberry sauce? Or would you get cranberries and make your own from scratch? I know how to do that, and I'll probably do that on actual Thanksgiving, but I will open this one, and I'll have this as a backup just in case something happens. But on a busy work night like today, I'm probably going to open this one and not make my own. Katie says, practice Thanksgiving dinner. Sounds really good right now. Yes. Johnny said, I was some creator, some yes and no. You know, Melody J from Old School, she says yes. Katie likes to make hers from scratch or use whole berry if she doesn't have time. Yeah. This one really grosses some people out, the jellied cranberry. Those of us that grew up in the 70s and 80s, this is just a treat. But my grandmother would never have served this in the 40s, 50s, and 60s to my mom. She would have made it from scratch for sure, even though this did exist. It would be fun to look up what the old label looked like. I might do that if I have a little minute. Maybe I will. Vintage Ocean Spray Cranberry can label. Wow. Oh, yep. Found one. Oh my gosh, it's so cute. Let me open it up. This is cute. Let me share my screen so you can see it really quick. It's a little distraction, but I think it's going to be fun. Share screen, Chrome tab. There it is. Okay. Can you guys see that? If you're watching on a phone, it's going to be kind of weird. Look at that. Ocean Spray ready to serve cranberry sauce. and 2 little recipes on the side, packed in 40% sugar. Wow, that's pretty cool. It says contains these healthy minerals. Well, I'm not sure. That's pretty cool. I love the vintage font on that. That's really fun. Okay, hope you guys liked that too. So I was beginning to chat about, Mrs. Cubbison's is one of the only pre-boxed stuffing mixes I can buy. And I know you can make your own stuffing out of day-old stale bread, or you could bake your bread yourself, wait for it to get stale, and then make your own stuff. People, I do not have that kind of time. We still have hundreds of cookbooks to look through. So this is cube stuffing herb season, and I can use this kind because there's no chicken stock or chicken fat in the stuffing mix. A lot of stuffing mixes do. And so I always have to be that person in the grocery store going, wait, standing there in the aisle like, what? Let me read you the ingredients. So Katie can't have this kind because it's not gluten-free, but she has another kind, and maybe she'll type in the chat what kind she uses. Unbleached enriched flour made from wheat flour and barley flour, niacin, reduced iron, blah, 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 riboflavin, folic acid. Then they have yeast, sugar, palm oil, onion powder, sea salt, and spices. So no chicken fat. So this is the kind that I use. And you basically, they have quick prep, top of the stove or oven casserole. I always do the oven casserole, and because the top of my stove does not have room on Thanksgiving, either does my oven, frankly. So you basically cook the vegetable. Oh, there's some slow cooker directions on this. I might have to try that too. But I only have 2 slow cookers up here, and I might have to save them for something else. So you need a cup of onion that you've diced, a cup of celery that you've diced. I thought you needed carrots, so I bought carrots yesterday. Duh, there's no carrots in stuffing, is there? I thought there were. Ooh, and they've added some mushrooms. I have some of those. You need an entire stick of butter. Yeah, no problem. And 1.5 cups of chicken broth or water. I usually use a little smidge more. You don't want your stuffing mushy, but you don't want it dry either. But it's always easier to add a little bit more than try and take out water if you use too much. Katie says, I've never been a huge fan of stuffing growing up back when she could eat it, so she hasn't looked into a gluten-free stuffing yet. As an adult, I feel like I'm missing out, so I'm curious if I can find a brand that I'll like that's gluten-free. Yeah, there might be a cornbread stuffing that doesn't have wheat in it and just has corn flour maybe. So I'm going to use mushroom broth for more flavor, and I'm only going to be using like 1.5 cups of it, so I'll have leftover, and I can use that when I make mushroom soup tomorrow. I bought a whole bunch of mushrooms, and now I'm committed. So I like Pacific Foods organic mushroom stock, but it normally doesn't cost $13, so I'm hoping this Amazon listing down in my shopping carousel is for more than 1 container. If it's not, don't do it. That's too much. Okay, there's the jelly. Okay, and I bought a bag of russet potatoes. I'm disappointed I couldn't find any Yukon Gold potatoes or any gold potatoes at all. I might have to go to one more store because I like to do a mix of russet potatoes and gold potatoes because each gives you some different texture issues, and I use a potato ricer, but I didn't bring mine here. Well, I might have to go buy one. Luckily, there's a little kitchen store in this tiny little town because it really affects the texture. You don't want to have gluey, powdery, chewy mashed potatoes. You want them creamy. So you use some kind of a ricer so that you're not breaking down this, the substance of the potato too much and making it gluey. Ugh, that's like an amateur cook's mistake. And it's okay. Everyone's still going to eat mashed potatoes. But if you use a potato ricer and you're pressing the potato through like the grating, yum. Okay, what's next? Cook Once Dinner Fix. This is an awesome, awesome cookbook. I can't wait to look through this with you. There it is. Cook Once Dinner Fix by Cassie Joy Garcia. Quick and exciting ways to transform tonight's dinner into tomorrow's feast. So the point is making enough portion-wise that you guys have dinner tonight, and then you put it away and have enough for leftovers tomorrow, probably for lunch, or to transform it into dinner tomorrow too. Wow, that's bright and cheerful. She says, never throw out your leftovers again. Have you seen that dreaded look on your family's face when you serve leftovers for dinner a second night? Yes, I have. Or worse, do you guiltily toss leftovers in the trash? If so, then Cook One's Dinner Fix is the solution. Cassie Joy Garcia is a busy mom of 2, and she knows how little time busy families have to get dinner on the table. There's 120 easy, delicious full meal recipes, specially designed to use the leftovers from one dish to quickly cook a completely different meal the next day. I love this concept. She should probably win an award for this cookbook, to be honest. Hey, thank you for the follow, Michael's Favorite Things. Nice to have you here. What are you making for dinner tonight? Or having made for you? So this is by Simon & Schuster Publishing. It came out in 2021. Look at this pretty soup. Woo! So here's the contents. It's very simple. Introduction, substitution guide, adjusting yield, how to make more or less food for her recipes, time-saving kitchen tips, fresh cooked versus made ahead, the trick to reheating foods. I'm going to read that chapter. And then how to freeze foods. And then poultry, beef, pork, seafood, vegetarian. Easy, easy, easy. Okay, here's the author. She says, I have to be honest with you. Unlike any resource I've created before, this book feels like the most me. This is how I really cook. Okay. Michael says, had early dinner since I have a super early medical test tomorrow and need to hit the hay early. Oh, sorry to hear that. Those tests are so annoying. And I hope by this time tomorrow you're like, woo, aced it. All right. Here is a beautiful first recipe. Oh, this is the substitution guide, but look at this gorgeous fish with some citrus on top of it, broccoli on the side. Oh, nice. Okay, let's get to some recipes. Here is the poultry chapter, and I love the big font. I actually don't need my reading glasses. Good. Meal 1 is barbecue chicken casserole, and then the next day, baked chicken chimichanga with beans and slaw. Pretty cool. Michael has to be there at 6:30 or get up at 6:30. Ooh. So here's all the recipes for how to make all of this. And then there's some tips about warming your tortillas because they'll roll more easily. Tips, the chicken breasts. If you have cooked sweet potatoes, you can use those instead. I love her tips. Okay, the first meal, chicken sloppy joes. Then the next day, white enchilada casserole with tomato avocado salad. And I'm remembering that I have about 5 avocados I have to use up tonight. What am I going to do? Make avocado guacamole soup? Nope. I'm going to have chips and guacamole for dinner. But I'm trying to watch my sodium. I should have eaten those avocados 2 to 3 days ago. I should stop buying them because this keeps happening. And I put them in the fridge and it helps a little. Meal number 1, sun-dried tomato bacon chicken pasta. Meal number 2, Jamaican-inspired bowls with mango salsa and white rice. I love that. And it seems like the first meal is always the one that's a little bit harder, more involved to make. And then the second one's like, steam some rice, heat this up, dump it on top, you're done. Bye. Johnny says, yummy. Meal number 1, teriyaki chicken, crowd pleaser. Meal number 2, bacon ranch loaded potato. Okay, wait, what happened to the teriyaki? Are you putting it on top of the... Don't know. You are using the cubed cooked chicken breast from the other one to put on top of baked potatoes. I wasn't aware that people put meat on top of baked potatoes. Green curry meatball bowls. And meal number 2, chicken parm meatball skillet. Now this one looks like this one takes a little bit more time. And I see a bunch of spaghetti in there with butter garlic pasta. So this is the chicken chapter. This one is lemon garlic roasted chicken and veggies on the first night and sesame chicken over rice on the second. Let's get to a different chapter, but it keeps going. There's lots of chicken recipes. Meal 1, roasted garlic turkey breast. Meal 2, spiced turkey potato soup. Raise your hand if you have had to turn turkey Thanksgiving leftovers into potato soup the next day. Mm-hmm. Meal number 1, chipotle maple turkey bake. Meal number 2, southwestern turkey casserole. Meal number 1, beef taco night. That would be Tuesday at my house. Meal number 2, cottage pie, my boyfriend's favorite meal. This is why I love this cookbook. It's making my life so much easier. How about the first meal is beef burrito bowls, and then the second is cheeseburger pie. That looks like that would be a fun Friday night meal. And a lot of my friends, Friday night is pizza night, and then you watch movies with the kids. But cheeseburger pie could come in close. That could be a nice tradition. Meal number 1, garlic peppercorn beef roast. Meal number 2, shredded beef ragu. Perfect stovetop steaks on the first night. On the second, beef ramen noodle skillet with any beef that happens to be left over. Seems like you'd have to control people, or you'd have to make a lot to begin with. Don't eat all your steak. Save some for tomorrow. No, it's so good. It seems like they would say. Hearty beef and veggie stew, and then shredded beef tostadas. Those of you just joining us, we're looking through Cook Once Dinner Fix by Cassie Joy Garcia, where you make enough food for the first night, and then you have leftovers and make them to a whole new meal the second. Here's a meal with Madras-inspired curry meatballs, and then you make minestrone soup the next night. And of course, if you just wanted to make minestrone soup, you could just follow this recipe and call it good. Slow cooker balsamic pork roast, and then pulled pork sandwiches the next day. Perfect combo. Banh mi inspired bowls on the first day, and then loaded nachos on the second. We're in the pork chapter. Pulled pork chili verde, and then the second night, barbecue pork mac and cheese bake. That sounds hearty for winter. We're still in the pork chapter. Okay, now I'm in the seafood chapter. How about meal number 1, old-fashioned crab bake, and then meal number 2, seafood bisque with the leftovers. Teriyaki salmon bake. For the first meal and second meal, salmon burgers with sweet potato fries. Blackened shrimp taco bowls on the night you need things to be faster, and then seafood jambalaya when you have a little bit more time to simmer and let it sit there and meld the flavors. Here is something for me. Meal number 1, enchilada stuffed zucchini boats. I feel like I'd need some carbs, though. I'd have to have a side of rice. Meal number 2, vegetarian chili with vegan cornbread. Vegetarian taco casserole and tofu satay bowls. I'm in the vegetarian chapter. Thank you for having that, Cassie Joy Garcia. Thank you for having an entire vegetarian chapter. Pesto potato and mushroom pizzas one night. Smashed potato bowls with cauliflower tabbouleh the next night. So you get the drift. This is a fantastic, oh my gosh, time-saving, money-saving cookbook. I love using up leftovers. So that is Cook Once Dinner Fix by Cassie Joy Garcia. Let me know if you'd like to revisit anything that we looked through in that cookbook. I'm going to take a second to hydrate over here. Okay, which book are we doing next? Comfort, a winter cookbook. This one came out pretty recently. It is one of my new favorites, although I have not cooked anything out of it. I've been busy live streaming. It is more than 150 warming recipes for the colder months. The authors work at Ryland, Peters, and Small. And, I miss my fireplace. The contents are snow day snacks, cold day comforts, fireside feasts, winter salads, indulgent treats, and a cup of cheer. Snow day snacks. Let me find a good one. Oh, here's a cheddar fondue. Yum. I'm going to skip to something I think people will actually eat. Some of these recipes are stuff my kids wouldn't eat. Carrot and chickpea pancakes with hummus and slow roasted tomatoes. I think of that as a side dish, not a snack. So I think this first chapter is kind of weird. The food's too fancy. Sticky spare ribs with honey and soy glaze. That's an entree, I would think. I don't know. Easy spicy pork satay with roasted peanut sauce. Now that's a snack. Spicy potatoes. And this is popcorn with spiced salt and golden potato crisps with truffle salt. Yum. Have you ever made your own potato chips at home? It's kind of fun. And you have to be careful when you're using the mandolin slicer. Cold day comforts. French onion soup with lots of bread in it. Corn and pancetta chowder. That was a tongue twister. Lentil, spinach, and cumin soup. I might make that this week. I just saw some spinach in my freezer. Yay! Vietnamese beef pho. Poppy seed and garlic bagel toasts. And this is an interesting recipe. There's red pepper scones, and this is taleggio and sage focaccia rolls, which I've never seen in a cookbook before. That's pretty cool. Mashed potato pie with bacon, leeks, and cheese. That sounds pretty awesome. I would omit the bacon, but you could put bacon in yours. And how good does this look? You're going to be surprised. So this is extra crispy macaroni and cheese. And this is a tuna noodle casserole, apparently with olives in it, I think. Wait, that might be the art. No, okay, I spoke too soon. It's hard when they don't label the picture in the cookbook. That's my one gripe about this one, is there's no labels on the pictures. So this is actually artichoke, mushroom, and olive pasta baked with provolone cheese. Okay. And this is sausage, pasta, and bean stew with greens. This is a smoked haddock and potato gratin. Is haddock a fish? It must be a fish. Here's a Moroccan fish tagine. How about Spanish? No, what is? See, I don't know what that is because they didn't label it. Indulgent treats. Pear, mascarpone, and orange tarts, but they don't show the actual tart. Dutch apple pie. Yum. Pear clafouti with figs and almonds. Very French. And a Odie apple and raisin crumble. This is a pumpkin and cinnamon strudel. Wow. And poached pears. So that is your tour of Comfort, a winter cookbook, which is pretty new. Click on it down below or to the side in your shopping carousel here on Amazon to take a look at that one. It is $24.99 right now. And of course, it's cheaper if you buy the Kindle version. You know, I'm afraid to put that back there because that might knock over the bookshelf, and that would not be good. The next cookbook we'll do a preview of is It's All About Dinner. Kitchen Sanctuary. I don't know if I've looked through this one. I don't remember it. Good, this will be new to me. So that being said, I have not cooked or baked anything out of it because I haven't even cracked it open yet. Did I get this from the publisher for free? Let me take a look. Oh, Kyle Books. Yes, thank you, Kyle Books. Okay. Publisher sent me this, hoping I'd look through it. And I meant to, but I just moved and hadn't unpacked it till just now. Quick and easy. Pasta. Fake away favorites. That's how I know they're from the UK. Curries. Classics. Slow cooked. Restaurant favorites. Superb Sundays. Ooh, I love cooking on Sundays. Introduction about Nikki and Kitchen Sanctuary. Here's the quick and easy chapter. That's like my middle name, Carrie, quick and easy. Starting off the book amazingly with gorgonzola pasta. Yum. 12-minute spicy sea bass. Cajun cod with smoky potato wedges. Forget the cod, I want the smoky potato wedges. Here's a recipe for hunter's chicken. I've never heard of such a thing. Katie says she loves gorgonzola pasta. Katie, have you heard of hunter's chicken? It looks a little odd. Is it wrapped in bacon? Let me see. Oh, it is. So right here, she explains it. I should read it before I start asking questions. Chicken breast wrapped in bacon, smothered in tangy barbecue sauce, and topped with melted cheese. A British pub classic that you can easily make at home for a quick weeknight dinner. Okay, and then for the carbs, you do mashed potatoes on the side. Makes sense. Creamy chicken Dijon. Easy chicken curry. Now we know this is a British cookbook for sure. Quick chicken stir fry. And at the top of every page, I do need glasses to read this part, they have prep time 10 minutes, cook time 15 minutes, total time 25 minutes, and how many people it serves, which is 4. So I'm guessing they do that. Yep, they do that on every recipe. Nice. Teriyaki beef noodles. Chorizo and bean tortilla pan. Oh, so it's a British cookbook, but with some other influences from other cultures. Nice. Vegetable pasta bake. That looks very filling and delicious. Cheesy pasta bake with chicken and bacon. I guess I'll have to get out my casseroles. For those of you just joining us, we're looking through It's All About Dinner. Easy, everyday, family-friendly meals. Buffalo chicken pasta. She does a lot of pastas, I admit. I'm not complaining. Ooh, here's a recipe for mushroom chow mein. I don't think I've had chow mein in a long time. That looks pretty cool. Egg fried rice. Yum. Sesame prawn toast. What is your favorite so far, you guys? What has made your mouth drool the most? Honey garlic chicken. She says it takes 5 minutes to prep and cooks for 15 minutes. Total time of 20 minutes. Woo! Crispy duck. Crispy chili beef. So now there's some Asian influences in here. Nice. I love that this is kind of a global cookbook. Chicken tikka masala. It matches the new color that I have on our banners. And Katie, don't let me forget to switch it back to our branded logo colors of red or hot pink. Chai red chicken curry. Butter chicken. A crowd pleaser. Who doesn't love butter chicken besides vegans and vegetarians? Everyone else does. Yay! Traditional Lancashire hot pot. Wow, I see a lot of potatoes. Katie says, yum! Katie, I'm hoping to do a live stream with you soon where we chat about winter storm pantry prepping because you just went without power for 2 days. How did you eat? What did you do? Did you cook anything over the fireplace? Did you just go out to dinner? Like, how does that work? Because I always keep my pantry prepped for storms. I will never run out of food, but that doesn't mean I have a way to heat it up. So we might also have some stuff on the live stream about how to cook when there's no power. And I've had to do it before, and I was outside in the yard, and I was lucky it wasn't raining or snowing onto my fire pit. Slow-cooked Scottish beef stew. This looks like something, if you're going to bother making this, I would want to make like 5 times the amount listed in the recipe and then freeze some of it and have leftovers and serve it the next week too, because it looks very freezable and reservable. Cheese and onion pies. Come to mama. Big batch sausage and bean one pot. Hey, I love one pot recipes. It's better cleanup. Now, Cornish, I always want to say pasties, but I think it's pronounced pasties. Let me know if we have any British people watching. We have had 0 comments on YouTube and Facebook today. Slow cooker chicken casserole. So I appreciate those of you that are actually chatting and commenting. How about some beef ragu? Those of you just joining us, we're looking through It's All About Dinner. Steak Diane casserole. Who was the original Diane? She doesn't say, but she recommends adding brandy to make it extra special. A little splash of brandy. Slow cooker beef short ribs with gravy. And now a chapter for restaurant favorites. creamy tomato risotto with garlic crumbs, salmon with creamy white wine sauce, Tuscan-style chicken. So I hope you enjoyed this preview of It's All About Dinner. Be sure to head over to our YouTube and our Instagram maybe tomorrow, and I will do a flip-through preview of this on Instagram and a full look-through preview video on YouTube. Let's see. Oh, I wanted to mention, I forgot, in the mornings, this has nothing to do with meal plan Monday, except I have to plan my coffee consumption for my boyfriend and my friends that are coming to visit. So I grabbed Starbucks Holiday Blend ground coffee as a treat for them to make it really festive when they get here. Everybody, when they're on vacation, because this house is in a vacation community, when my friends visit, I still have to work, but they're on vacation. And so they sleep in and they drink extra coffee in their pajamas. Excuse me. So I have to stock up on lots of coffee. So the first one I got was Starbucks Holiday Blend, which is limited edition. And then they also make a peppermint, but I didn't grab that one because I didn't see it in time. That is 17% off today. And then I made sure to get that, and I can't reach it. Hi. It did not burst open. Thank you, vacuum packaging. This is Starbucks limited edition ground gingerbread coffee. This is something I don't think my friends would want to drink year round. It gets a little overwhelmingly flavorful. But if they're coming here for Thanksgiving and Christmas, it's just going to make it festive. So that's Starbucks gingerbread ground coffee. The other thing I wanted to show you is in my guest bathroom right now is Mrs. Meyer's Acorn Spice Scent. It's soft and powdery and warm smelling. There's no vanilla. It's definitely soft. It doesn't smell like acorns, because what does an acorn smell like? I don't know. But it definitely makes you smell like fall. And there's the slightest hint of like nutmeg, but no cinnamon. Acorn Spice hand soap. I put it in my guest bathroom just to make it seem even more autumny and festive when people come visit, just for fun. And the last item I wanted to show you, because I'm sure you're staring at it because it's gorgeous. I can't light it because it's a candle and I don't want my cloth backdrop to catch on fire, even though you guys watching would have a great time laughing at me watching me run for the fire extinguisher. No, that's not the kind of live stream excitement I want to do. This is a Times copper pot candle. The fragrance inside is simmered cider. I burned this last night for a couple hours. It's not too cinnamony and it's very subtle. It's not cloying or overwhelming. I don't smell coconut or vanilla, which I don't personally care for. It's sweet apple and a hint of cider or cinnamon. Love it. Notice that when you're done burning the candle, and it should last for 58 hours if you keep the wick trimmed, when you're all done, you can wipe it out and store jewelry and trinkets in it or coins or whatever, but you can't serve food or beverages out of it because it's copper. That would be toxic. But how pretty is that? It looks amazing on my mantle this autumn. All right, we have 3 more cookbooks to look through today. I better get busy. Oh, I wanted to mention that the sequel to Dinner in French came out. Let me pull this back out. I don't have it yet. It's on order from the library since the publisher didn't send it to me. Melissa Clark just came out with Dinner in One, a one-pot cooking cookbook. I'm very excited to get my hands on it. Love it. So click on that in the shopping carousel. It is $24.99. It's 17% off today on Amazon. Okay, where's my other cookbooks? They better have made it in here. I might have to stop for a second and add them because I don't see them. Did I forget them? Oh, I did. I never made it to the bottom shelf. No. You'd think I would have done it. Okay. We're going to look through The Art of Pantry Cooking. And it is by, here we go, I'm adding it to the carousel. Oh, it's in there. I just can't find it. All right. Sorry, I'm blind apparently. Let's go look. Dinner in French, Dinner One, Cook Once, Dinner Fix, Comfort. It's all about dinner. And then Ocean Spray, Starbucks, Mrs. Myers. Aha, found it. I think I just had to refresh the app. This one is 41% off today for the hardback. Publisher is Rizzoli. So there's a chance they sent us this for free, in which case I have to disclose that to you. So let's find out. When did this come out? Rizzoli, when did you publish this? Some publishers put it all the way in the back, and then I'm like, what's happening? Wow, I don't know. I'm going to have to guess. 2022. All right, they sent us this as a gift, hoping I would look through it on camera and show it to you. So here we are. Okay, The Art of Pantry Cooking, Meals for Family and Friends. This goes by ingredient. Each chapter is a different ingredient. That way you can look through your pantry, grab something you need to use up like nutmeg or mustard or lentils, and then you can jump to the chapter that tells you how to do it. Has Rosalinda been in my stream at all times? Yes. Yes, stay-at-home mommy Rosalinda comes to my stream sometimes, but I stream a little bit different time of day, or I stream at the same time as one of live streamers that she enjoys more, which I'm not offended. You know, we each have our own. So she's watching them instead of me, but I love it when she pops in. I think she's going to pop into more of my toy streams and Christmas streams than she is my cookbook streams. Katie says that's really nice for a pantry cookbook. So let me just tell you the ingredients and let me know if there's a chapter you want me to jump to. I'm going to jump to chickpeas because I have a lot of those in the house. There's a capers chapter, mustard, oats, olives. There's an entire chapter on panko. I don't have trouble using up my panko. I love to fry stuff in it. Pine nuts, polenta, prunes, quinoa, raisins, salt, tuna, udon, vinegar, and help me with this word. Keycap mayonnaise? Keycap mayonnaise? What is that? Capers. Katie says, I don't know what to use it for. Yeah, usually I put a little bit of capers in something like in pasta or on pizza. Let's find out. Oh, hello. Pasta with capers, panko breadcrumbs, and sardines. So technically you can use up 3 pantry staples in one dish. Johnny says he's known stay-at-home mommy Rosalinda for almost 2 years. So has she not fixed her profile name on Amazon? Because it says stay-at-home mom of 6 kids, but she actually has 7. And it's not like that 7th one is brand new. I'm not sure what's going on. This looks amazing. Is that a mushroom? No, that's sardines. Smoked salmon with fried capers and smashed potatoes. So it seems like these pantry ingredients don't have to be the main focus of the dish. They're an add-on. Here's the chickpea chapter. What can I do with my cans of chickpeas that I hoarded ever since the pandemic? Warm arugula, chorizo, chickpea, and chèvre salad. I don't have any chèvre in the house. I'd have to go to the store. Garlic chickpea soup with cilantro pesto. I wish that picture was a little bigger. Lemon parmesan chickpea pasta. And I notice it's light on the pasta and heavy on the chickpeas. Now that might cause you guys some gas, FYI. Just saying, be ready. Coconut milk. What do you do with coconut milk if you have extra cans of it? Coconut pancakes. Coconut braised greens. Yum. Yes, she is. Me and someone tell her to update her name, but she doesn't want to. Well, she's funny. Here's a couscous chapter. Clementine and pistachio couscous breakfast bowl. Creamy couscous and chickpea gratin. See, that's another recipe. You're using up 2 of your pantry staples. I love it. Here's an entire farro chapter, which I need to slow down and look at because I don't know what to do with farro, and so I don't have any in the house. Farro breakfast bowls with cinnamon apples. Ooh. Here's a lemon chicken farro soup. It looks very green because they have you putting in leeks and shallots and carrots and celery and spinach, lots of chopped spinach. Here's the ghee chapter, clarified butter. Bombay potatoes. Oh, that would be good. Oh, it's snowing again. I can see out the window. If it wouldn't mess my camera situation up, I would show you the snow hitting the mountains outside my house, but I'm afraid I wouldn't be able to put the camera back. Here's a honey chapter. Ooh, the photography in this book is pretty good. Here's a warm lentil salad with celery. Oh, lemon lentil soup. Yeah, if I'm going to bother making soup, I make a big pot of it if I'm going to go to that. Oh, you hope snow is there too. It's still 71 degrees on the East Coast. Well, Johnny, I bet after I've had snow at my house for months, if anyone I know has 71-degree weather, I'm going to be like, you're so lucky. Pesto and roasted potato oatmeal bowls. Here's the pine nut chapter. Toasted garlic pesto. I never think to toast my pine nuts, but when I make pesto. Here's a toasted pine nut and roasted shallot tarte tatin. So it's a savory tarte tatin. Usually I have sweet ones. Crab and pine nut lasagna. Those of you just joining us, we're looking through the Art of Pantry Cooking cookbook. Let me know what you're making for dinner tonight. I am making stuffing and mashed potatoes to practice for Thanksgiving. I don't need practice on mashed potatoes. It's kind of the one dish I'm the best at making in the universe. No, I'm very good at it. But I do need to practice stuffing. But I should probably have some extra protein with that somewhere. I'll have a side of peas, okay? Are you guys happy? I will have a side of peas. Turkey quinoa meatloaf. Would you guys eat that, or is that too healthy-ish? Moroccan meatloaf. And then here's the udon chapter. Cold udon salad with garlic peanut dressing. Roasted sausages and grapes. That is a recipe I've never seen in a cookbook. That's an interesting combination. Roasted sausages and grapes. So that's the Art of Pantry Cooking. I really appreciate this cookbook. I love that it's sorted by ingredient, so I can pull stuff out of my pantry that I have too much and then go to the index and look up an amazing recipe for using it up. The Art of Pantry Cooking. I'm not sure, Katie, that we've done a reel, we meaning me, I'm not sure I've done a reel on Instagram or a look through on YouTube, so I need to get to work. I think tomorrow I can't live stream. Tomorrow I have to film all my videos. So if you guys like seeing cookbook previews like this, be sure to stop by our YouTube. We are at Cookbook Divas on YouTube using the new YouTube handles that they came out with last week. I have 2 cookbooks left. Oh, this is a good one. This is a good one. This is Fast Feasts by John Gregory Smith, one of my personal favorite cookbook authors. He specializes in Middle Eastern cooking, but making it approachable to us Americans that maybe can't get all of the ingredients. Katie says, me too. Ha ha. What are you me tooing? I don't know. Help. I'm almost out of tea. Oh, crud. Did you mean me too? He's one of your favorites? Or me too, you have... Oh, shoppable videos. I know. I have so many to film. I'm looking at my couch, which is full of Christmas goodness, toys and merchandise and books. And I'm like, great, I live streamed about all of these, and I didn't film a single shoppable video for them. Oh, it's going to be a busy day. I'm glad that I love what I do. Fast Feast by John Gregory Smith. But my hair isn't going to look this good tomorrow. So, sucks to be the people that are going to have to watch my videos. I love the end papers on his book. Fast Feasts. Now, I don't think of a weeknight dinner as a feast. It's just, you're just eating because you're hungry and you have to. But he had me at quick, easy recipes with a Middle Eastern twist. I am quick and easy. Hello, Bart. Glad to have you here. Ooh, apparently you like sports. Bart, what is your favorite dinner to eat while you're watching football? And I don't mean like the snacks like pretzels and beer, blah, obviously. But if you're going to sit down in front of the TV with a big dinner, what do you like to eat? So the chapters are Chapter 1, Everyday Easy, Easy Entertaining, Comfort food, we're going to go slowly through that chapter. Low and slow, the crockpot chapter. Working from home lunches. Oh my God, I need this chapter. And then he finishes with desserts. Bart and Johnny, do you guys know each other? So here's a recipe. It is steak tagliata with jug. But I don't know what jug is. It must be a Middle Eastern spice. Let me know if anybody knows. The ultimate fish finger sarnie. Photography is amazing. Creamy chicken pasta. I feel like there's a lot of people, no judgment, who are brilliant and make chicken pasta for dinner more than a couple nights a week because it's so easy and filling and comforting. I saw Bart many times on stream room to room. Pork chops and butter bean mash. Do you guys eat butter beans? I don't hear a lot of people eating butter beans that I know of. I have a couple cans of them, or bags. I think I have mine in bags. I should probably learn how to use them. Veggie shakshuka. Yes. One of my favorite breakfasts besides, obviously, Eggs Benedict. Coconut harissa meatballs. Salmon tray bake with pea and feta mash. I like tray bakes for easy cleanup, one-pot style cooking. Here's cauliflower rice pilaf. I wouldn't count that as a meal entree, but I would serve it on the side of whatever I was making, for sure. 5 ways to dress your salad. Here's the easy entertaining chapter. Cod and tahini tray bake. I'll skip through this one really quick. Okra, tomato, and preserved lemon stew. That's different. I like his cookbooks because there's some dishes in it I've never heard of or never thought of putting the combinations together. Pretty cool. Okay, I am not eating this. Warning, trigger warning, squid. Okay, this looks kind of weird, but I bet it's delicious for those of you that eat squid. Squid with whipped feta? I don't know, what do you think? It looks so round. Asparagus fricka and rose harissa mascarpone. Wow, there's a lot going on there. Warm aubergine, i.e. eggplant and sesame salad. Again, that looks like a side dish to me. I would totally serve that at Thanksgiving. Comfort food. This is going to be a good chapter. This is what we need right here. He says, to me, comfort food is about eating something that will take the edge off of life. By that, I mean when you feel stressed out after a long week at work, suffering from a savage hangover, or you had a bad date, or frankly, anytime you just need a food hug on the sofa. I love his sense of humor. Here's a recipe for fancy hot dogs. Wow. If I still had kids living in my house, I would definitely be serving hot dogs once a week, whether it's summer, spring, fall, or winter. They come in handy for kids. Chorizo ragu with pappardelle. No, that's not very Middle Eastern. What's the Middle Eastern twist on this one? Well, he's serving pork. Not a lot of people in the Middle East would be eating pork. Onion, garlic cloves, paprika, tomatoes, basil, parmesan. Okay. Chicken shawarma. There's your Middle Eastern food. One pot mac and cheese. Nice. Wow. Loaded fries. There's a lot going on here. Woo! Wow. I can't believe I've eaten fries plain for so long. I think I see some pickled onions? Red onion, thinly sliced into half moons. Nope, not pickled, just put on there. Sticky pomegranate chicken wings. Roasted veggie burritos. Katie says, I love loaded fries, but I'll maybe only eat it once a year. Yeah, that was kind of a hot mess. Wow. Oh, how about this? Lebanese chicken tray bake. Lamb tacos. I was wondering when we were going to see some lamb. We're in the low and slow chapter. Turkish meatloaf. Thank you for the follow, Dinah. Glad to have you here. Be sure to check us out on YouTube and Instagram if you like reels or shorts or longer videos focusing on a cookbook. Johnny likes lamb tacos. Here's a baked feta pasta. spiced seafood rice. Those of you just joining us, we're looking through Fast Feasts. We have one more cookbook to look through, and then I'm going to reset and come back and chat tonight about Christmas toys, very likely. Going to switch out my backdrop because I don't like to talk about Christmas when I'm sitting looking at pumpkins. Kidney bean korma. I just saw a can of kidney beans in my pantry that I need to use up. Lemon and olive chicken tagine. Tuna poke. I didn't expect to see that in this cookbook. Preserved lemon pesto and halloumi salad. I love halloumi, and the last 2 times I bought it, I forgot to get it out of the fridge and serve it, so I have to stop buying it. Smashed pesto cannellini beans on toast. I'd want them to be pretty hot. That's a good pantry meal. Oh, lazy lentil soup. I am lazy, and I love lentil soup. This is the perfect recipe for me. Prawn, fennel, and pomegranate salad. Now, Tanya, if you're still here, don't look because you don't like prawns. Palestinian scrambled eggs. What do they put in there? Olive oil, half an onion, garlic clove, green chili, tomato, 4 eggs, 2 tablespoons of Greek yogurt. Oh, interesting. A handful of finely chopped dill, sea salt, and toast to serve it on. You know, I am lazy when I make scrambled eggs. I just make scrambled eggs with butter, salt, and pepper. I should be putting dill in there. That would be delicious. I really should do that. But in moderation. I don't want to dump a whole container of dill on there. Za'atar mushrooms with feta and egg. Oh, I'm in a new chapter. It's the sweets. Oh, you guys, I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm not here to say bad things about cookbooks, but this looks weird. Salted toffee ice cream sandwiches. It's just about to melt all over the place. That doesn't look appealing to me. Let's find something prettier. Pineapple with lime, sour cream, and ginger snaps. Oh, that's better. Oh, that's better. Lemon curd cheesecake. Frozen banana and dark chocolate pots. And that's it. And here's our author, John Gregory Smith. Go ahead and drool. He's very handsome. I can't say that because I'm not a cougar and I'm much older than him, but there you go. Woo! So that is Fast Feasts by John Gregory Smith. We have one cookbook left to look at during this particular live stream because I have thousands of cookbooks in this house, and I'm not afraid to use them. I Dream of Dinner So You Don't Have to. I love the title of this book. It is on sale. It's 31% off today. It's $20.71. I think the publisher is Clarkson Potter, so I had to pay for this. Didn't get it for free. Clarkson Potter, please start sending me cookbooks. I know they're not watching, but I have to dream of that. I Dream of Dinner So You Don't Have to. Low effort, high reward recipes by Ali Slagle. Thank you. She says, whether in need of comfort and calm, fire and fun, directions to cling to, or the inspiration to wing it, I Dream of Dinner is the kitchen phone-a-friend that you need. Photographs by Mark Weinberg, published by Clarkson Potter. The contents are, here's the chapters: eggs, beans, pasta, grains, vegetables, chicken, beef, pork, and lamb, and sea creatures. Very simple and straightforward. I'm beginning to really appreciate that in cookbooks. Those of you joining us on YouTube, be sure to drop a comment and say hi. Introduction. Some count sheep, I dream up dinner. Oh, here's her notes. Wow. Eggs. Starting off with the eggs chapter. Creamed leeks and eggs on toast. Ooh, I have some rye bread in the house right now. Harissa eggs with pita and dates. Bok choy gochujang omelet. An envelope with confetti inside, she said. Here's ricotta frittata with lemon crumbs. That looks good. I'm jumping ahead to the beans chapter. I love ingredient chapters. I can pull some beans out and find something to do with it. Marinated beans with crunchy vegetables. Cumin beans with tomatillo, yum. A BLT stir fry. Now that is clever. You know, if I wasn't making mashed potatoes and stuffing and cranberry sauce and a side of peas tonight, I'd be tempted to do a stir fry. Smoky white beans and cauliflower. Another kind of pantry staples dish. Nothing wrong with that. Chipotle mushroom tempeh tacos. Taco Tuesday is coming up tomorrow. Of course, that doesn't mean you can't eat tacos on Monday or Thursdays or whenever. Black bean soup with lots of Fritos. Does she mean actual Frito chips? She does. I love this lady. That's really cool. Fritos are my favorite potato chip. Harissa chickpeas with feta. Here's the pasta chapter. I'm beyond excited. Foragers pasta. And the subtitle is Herbs, Spices, Mushrooms, Nature. Yum. It's really hard to photograph brown and beige food and make it look appetizing, but they managed it. Tortellini with mortadella and peas. Uh-oh, I'm having a brain fart. Remind me what mortadella is. Is it cheese? Let me know, you guys. Lemon black pepper shells. Ooh. Sometimes I buy shells like this because I think I'm going to be making pasta for kids that are going to like the shells, and then I don't think to cook it. I should make this recipe tomorrow. Pasta with rosemary fried walnuts. Ooh. Are you streaming later on? Yes, Johnny. I'm going to take a little break, hydrate, pet my dogs, and then change this backdrop to Christmas. And I'm going to be talking about Christmas toys and probably some dolls. So it might not be up your alley, but I want to help people start planning their Christmas shopping. You don't have to buy anything today. Just start thinking about what you're going to buy. And I found a couple deals, some dolls that are shockingly inexpensive. And I mostly have girl toys and baby toys. I don't have a lot of... Yeah, girls and boys can play with any toy they want, but I should say I have lots of dolls and very few trucks. That's how I should have said it to begin with. A good sauce of so-so tomatoes. I'm jumping in. Couscous and lentil Greek salad. I love Greek salads. Green rice with singed feta. Well, I singe things and it doesn't usually taste good when I do it. Crispy grains with kielbasa and cabbage. Too healthy. I can't do it. I need comfort food. Here you go. Fresh corn polenta with lime butter. Mmm. Smoked vegetables with feta and dill. I want to point out I'm very disappointed. It's not snowing. It's not even 3 o'clock here on the West Coast, and it's getting dark. And that's going to affect my lighting, so I'm going to have to adjust it. Arr! Makes me kind of sad. Buffalo salad with blue cheese toasts. Ideal sweet potatoes with buttered nuts. Okay, Thanksgiving side dish idea. All the time chicken thighs. Here is start with leftovers. Yes. Kids menu enchiladas. It's all chili gravy, she says. Green curry meatball soup. Sticky chicken with pickled vegetables. Okay, what is merguez with sweet potatoes? Merguez. I don't know what that is. Skirt steak with corn and feta. That looks very summery. We're getting down to the end of this book. Lamb meatball soup. And white bean scampi stew. Caramelized black pepper trout. We're in the seafood chapter. We're getting to the end. Swordfish with sattar tomatoes. Again, where do you buy swordfish? Not everyone has a fish market. Sheet pan fish with bitter greens. Fish and chips tacos. Now that's clever. That is I dream of dinner, so you don't have to. And there's some very inventive, interesting things in here, and I mean that in a good way. Cool. So today we looked through about 7 cookbooks. We chatted about our meal plans and Thanksgiving. I am grateful for everybody that chatted with me today, so I'm not sitting here talking to myself like an idiot. I hope to see you later on a Christmas stream. Those of you that are on YouTube just for cookbooks, don't worry about it. But Katie and I are both going to be posting lots and lots and lots of cookbook videos probably tomorrow. Because Katie has a huge pile that needs to go back to the library. She's like, no, I haven't looked through them yet. Johnny is maybe Maine or Canada location. All right, thanks for watching, everybody, and I'll see you in the next video.